everybody, what is up? It's Bloom. Welcome back to my channel. Hi, happy Saturday. I am so sorry that I didn't upload anything yesterday. I was just really kind of tired after work and stuff, and I just didn't feel like uploading yesterday at all. But I'm back now. I've got 2 drama videos coming for you today. I've just uploaded a makeup video, but I've got 2 drama videos coming today. So if you're here for the drama, stay tuned. Let's get into it. Let's go, girls. We're gonna go because Molly Mae, oh my god, this is something that I have quite a bit to say about.
I think like you're given one life and it's down to you what you do with it. Like you can literally go in any direction. And when I've spoken about that before in the past, I have been slammed a little bit with people saying, you know, like it's easy for you to say that, you know, you've grown up and you've not grown up in poverty, you've not grown up, you know, with major money struggles. So for you to sit there and say that we all have the same 24 hours in a day, it's not correct. And I'm like, but technically what I'm saying is correct. We do. So I understand that obviously we all have different backgrounds and we're all raised in different ways and we do have different financial situations. But I think if you want something enough, you can achieve it. And it just depends to what lengths you want to go to get where you want to be in the future.
Because when Molly Mae decided to speak out of turn and say everybody has the same 24 hours in a day, oh girl, did it piss me off? Did it? Yes. Let's jump into this because Molly Mae, okay, Molly Mae, she is famous for going on Love Island, okay? So her career really kick-started when she was plucked from Love Island and then she was given a brand deal with the fast fashion brand Pretty Little Thing. Now, Pretty Little Thing, for those of you that don't know, if you're not in the UK, you know, if you don't know, if you're not aware, Pretty Little Thing are a fast fashion brand that make kind of cheapish, I would say, fast fashion clothing. But of course, I'm not shading fast fashion. You know, it's what most people, including myself, can afford. You know, we can't all afford designer pieces that are going to last forever. You know, for most people, most average people, especially during this pandemic, most average people, we can only afford to buy fast fashion. You know, a lot of us will shop at Primark or whatever because it's what we can afford. It's what's within our means. It's what's within our budget. You know, fast fashion is what we can afford. But the reason that I really wanted to talk about this whole thing with Molly Mae is because, of course, I spent 3 years of my life doing a fashion degree. Now, Molly Mae, after being given a brand deal with Pretty Little Thing in 2019, which made her a hell of a lot of money, after being given that brand deal in 2019, she then went on to become a creative director at the company. So she was basically handed this role of creative director at the company at the age of 22 years old. Now, somebody like me who's older than Molly Mae and actually, like I said, spent 3 whole years of my life doing a fashion and textiles degree, would I be given a creative director position at Pretty Little Thing? No, of course not. Of course not. Let me tell you what it is. If you're going to talk about people working hard, right? Well, I, of course, did my degree and then came out and couldn't actually get into the fashion industry because what happens is designer labels and even like, you know, fast fashion labels, they ask people like myself who've been fashion students, they ask people like myself to intern with their company for free. Yeah, so they don't pay us. They do not pay us. True story here. I have actually interned for a designer label. Now, I'm not going to shout out the label. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be that messy. But I've actually interned for a designer label while I was on my 2nd year in university doing my fashion and textiles degree. I actually spent a summer interning for a designer brand. Now, we were working on their collection for London Fashion Week. And let me tell you, as well as me, there were lots of other fashion students working for this brand, this designer brand, who were also not being paid. None of us were paid a penny, yet we were asked by this brand to work 20-hour days. we would work at the studio, and then it would be like, okay, once the studio is closing for the day, then you go and work at the hotel, and you go and carry on sewing, etc., garment making at the hotel, because these things have to be ready for London Fashion Week. So, you know, there are time constraints. You have to do the work. But none of us were paid. We were not paid a penny. We were not even provided food or refreshments by the designer brand that we worked for. True story. Now, Molly Mae, of course, Pretty Little Thing. Pretty Little Thing are a fast fashion brand who pay their workers in Leicester as little as £3.50 an hour. So Molly Mae is somebody who's come from a privileged family, and she's talking to us about, oh, well, if you've got to work, you know, if you want to be successful, you've got to work hard. Well, do you not think that those garment workers working for Pretty Little Thing earning £3.50 an hour are working hard? Because let me tell you, they are. Do you not think every fashion intern who's working for free is working hard? They are. I know. I've experienced it. So Molly Mae, with her shitty little comments, she can just take herself away and shut the fuck up about all this.
And I'll go to any lengths. Like, I've worked my absolute arse off to get where I am now.
And I'll go to any lengths. Like, I've worked my absolute arse off to get where I am now.
Love, you appeared on a TV show. You appeared on Love Island. You come from a very wealthy family as well. You know, that of course is going to have some kind of effect on the way that you go out into the world. You also have pretty privilege. You know, she's nice to look at. You know, there is so much that Molly Mae has going for her that normal everyday people just don't, you know. But she doesn't seem to see her own privilege. She doesn't seem to see any of that. The girl is coming across as ignorant and entitled, in my opinion.
And now we move on to Trisha Paytas. Now, Trisha has been calling out this person on TikTok who posted a lot of kind of papped sort of photos of her and Moses while they were on honeymoon in Hawaii.
First and foremost, there is no gatekeeping God. Second, I am on a spiritual journey, which means I am exploring all religions, and every religion I have visited in person, the temples, Hare Krishna, Judaism, Islam, Christianity, and now even Wiccan community, going to crystal shops and stuff, they've all been very welcoming and open, trying to help me on my path, trying to find my truth and what I believe in. And I don't identify as either. I just get really excited about learning about all this stuff and being really open. I was raised Catholic, so I wasn't open to this stuff before. And again, it's usually people online that have a problem with it. Usually people not even in the religion. In real life, they're very welcoming and open. And as far as cultural appropriation, like, I'm not really sure where this goes. You know, when I was in Hawaii, I bought stuff from local people. My husband is Jewish, so we celebrate Jewish traditions and stuff like that. So I'm appreciating culture. I don't mock it. There's a big difference between appropriation and appreciation.
Okay, this made me die a little bit inside, because Trish there talking about, oh, there's a difference between appropriation and appreciation when it comes to people's cultures and religions. Was Trisha not dancing half naked, lighting the menorah candles backwards a couple of weeks ago? Yeah, I think they were. I really think they were. I remember seeing that with my own eyes distinctly. So for Trish to come out and say, oh, I'm appreciating other people's cultures, other people's religions, when we all know that that's not what's going on with Trish. We all know that Trish is simply using other people's religions and other people's cultures as clickbait, as something to latch onto so that they can make content. You know, the other day Trish posted a photo of crystals and stuff, a lot of kind of Wiccan paraphernalia, and I was like, girl, here we go. Okay, we've done Buddha, we've done Hare Krishna, you know, now we're doing this whole Wiccan thing. Girl,
We've definitely acknowledged this before in joking and stuff like that, but like, honestly, this meme is kind of dead and I'm kind of like over it, but it's actually kind of funny. I mean, the fact that like people are so mad that my husband like does stuff for me, it's like, okay. Like, people really want something to be mad at. I've dated people in the past like, oh my god, they're so not into Trish, like they ignore Trish. And now that I have someone that like dotes on me and gloats about me and just tries to help me in every aspect of life, it's like, oh my god, the assistant, so embarrassing. I'm like, if that's the worst you have to say about our relationship, kind of thriving. And there are literally so many influencers whose partner is like their partner and everything and helps them with things. I think of Joey Graceffa off the back, Jaclyn Hill, Sophia, her last name starts with an N, Rosanna Benzino. Like there's so many people and they get like all this praise. Like, oh my God, you husband goals. This is amazing. This relationship is so great. They support you. But it's like, if it's me and Moses, it's like, oh my God, the assistant, she married her assistant.
Once again, Trish displaying absolutely zero self-awareness there. I think the reason that people like to talk about Trisha and Moses isn't for the reasons that Trish said. I think the reasons people talk about Trish and Moses is because there have been, you know, a lot of photos and things shared on the internet of Trish actually hitting Moses and all of this really bad stuff. You know, so people are kind of alluding to Trisha having Moses kind of under the thumb a little bit. He'll do anything for you because it seems that Trish controls Moses. And then the other day when they shared their Hawaiian wedding, it looked like the kiss between Trisha and Moses was very kind of forced, very kind of TV kiss, very fake, because it was literally like, mwah, mwah. Moses looked like he really didn't want to kiss Trish. He was literally like in slow-mo, like that. It was so funny to watch. So Trish wonders why people speculate about their relationship. It's because most of the time it looks like Moses doesn't really want to be a part of it. You know, Moses seems to sometimes try and talk sense into Trish, but it falls on deaf ears with Trish, of course. You know, it's also been said, like I mentioned in my video 2 days ago, that Moses has said that he would have a child with Trisha and then take the child away with him and claim child support payments from Trisha. You know, so when your relationship is a bit like that and those kind of things are coming out about your relationship, people are going to talk. People are going to chat about it because it seems like a train wreck. You know, it's like watching a car crash when you're going down the A3 or whatever. You know, you don't really want to look, but you're going to rubberneck, you're going to look back because it's so shocking.
So I'm just going to end this here with this little Q&A, and this is a really great comment because I concur. But yeah, I totally experienced the whole TikTok generation in real life that I never experienced before, because most people used to just know me from YouTube, and this was definitely the generation that knew me from TikTok. So I think there is just a big generational gap of just people not knowing like what's appropriate and what's not, as evidenced by these TikTok comments. But at the end of the day, like, they really are just kids. So like, I'm not trying to be like that mad about it, but because these kids kind of don't know like what's appropriate and what's not, I feel like this is the place to say it. Do not take pictures of people without their consent. I'll always say yes for a picture, and do not go into like a bathroom stall and start talking and looking through. It's also COVID now, so like literally mid-bite eating, that kind of stuff, just kind of like wait until finished. I mean, literal 10-year-old kids were cussing out the people I was with. I'm doing a whole like live on it today on my YouTube channel if you want to hear more. Like, people reach so hard. Like, it really is crazy. And again, I've never had this level of people like looking for something wrong in what I do. Oh, the wedding wasn't fancy enough. Oh, there wasn't enough people at the second wedding. Oh, the family went on a honeymoon. Our honeymoon is still coming, and just wait for that. To worrying about my religious journey, where I just am like excited about something, to worrying about what my husband does. Like, if it's a kid doing it like from TikTok or something, I have a little more like forgiveness, a little more wiggle room for them. I'm like, okay, they're kids, I don't know. But when like grown people are like commenting on like little things like this, I'm just like, wow, Lord help us all. But end of the day, like I said, this is the most recognized and the most attention I have been receiving in a really long time. So, I mean, I guess you're doing something right. I just had to rant for today. But I'm going to go make some more TikToks. I'm doing a live today. I'll see you guys later.
So for me personally, all of the religion stuff with Trisha is just purely trolling. You know, it is purely Trish culturally appropriating other people's religions, things that they don't belong to. It's purely just that, you know. But the one thing that I did agree with Trish on in this whole kind of speech that she put up on TikTok was the thing about not taking pictures without consent. I think that is really kind of shady if people do that. You know, imagine you see the couple out and you're just like click, 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 you know. To me, that is a little bit too far, you know, just because they might be like YouTube famous or whatever, you know. I don't think people should be entitled to just take pictures of people anywhere they like. you know, as Trish said, if someone's eating as well, during these times in the pandemic, we've got the whole Rona thing still going on, girl, you know, during these times, I think, no, you know, don't do that. Don't go up to people when they're eating, trying to take pictures. Don't try to take sneaky pictures of people, all of that stuff. I don't really personally like that, you know. Yes, I sit here and talk about people on the internet, but I'm not going up, you know, outside trying to pap like Great Britain's influencers of the world or anything, you know. No, I have a job, you know, I have other things to do. So guys, I'm going to love you and leave you on this little video. Let me know all your thoughts, comments and opinions on all of the drama, and I will be seeing you for another video today. Thank you so much for your time watching today. I love you and I'll see you soon.